Hello, my name is Mike Robinson. I'm Director of Community Outreach and Hiring for Temple University's North Philadelphia Workforce Initiative. I'm here today representing Temple University to present a workshop on job search tactics and strategies for the organization Jackie Gardens and Better Tomorrows here in Philadelphia. So, we're going to talk about tips and techniques to approach an effective job search. All right. Now, the question you may ask, and it's an easy question: what is a job search? And I know that sounds elementary, but it's important that we define what that is. It's the act of looking for a job. It's just that simple. It's looking for a sustainable wage opportunity, not just any job, because a job is something that we can go and look for, but a career opportunity or a job that provides sustainable wage that can cover your housing, that can cover your food, that can cover the bills and still give you a little disposable income afterwards. That's a sustainable wage job. And so that's what we're talking about today. We're not talking about jobs that are less than sustainable wage. We're looking for opportunities that can pay an individual sustainable wages, right? And so that's what a job should be in one's life, a career or job. Now, there are some strategies that I want you to write down. Number one, according to Monster.com, they say use placement agencies. Placement agencies can be a great source to help you look for a job. They can help you pound the pavement looking for work. So while you're doing your own job search effort by reaching out to staffing agencies, they can help you by looking around among their corporate clients, their business clients, to find out what job opportunities might match your skill sets. Also, contact professional organizations in your field of interest. Some of you might be, a part of professional associations, professional membership groups that have contacts with companies that may have job openings. For instance, I'm a member of the Society of Human Resource Management. That's a national professional association. Now, you may be a part of a professional association that's related to your career. Reach out to that group to see what local opportunities might exist. Talk to the members in your professional association locally to see what employment opportunities may exist that may match up with what you're looking for. Visit companies and organizations' websites, see what's out there. Consider, again, temporary staffing agencies. They can help you pound the pavement looking for work while you're looking on your own. And then network. Networking is making connections with influencers, people who can put you in contact, possibly with job opportunities, or put you in contact with people who may know of job opportunities or who can refer you. So you want to network, network, network. I'm a pastor of a local church here in Philadelphia. What better place to start at your house of faith? Maybe you're a part of a local mosque. Maybe you're a part of a local church. Maybe you're a part of a local temple. At these places of faith, many people come to those places of faith that represent different companies and organizations that you might be interested in working for. And so network wherever you can with people that you can connect with that may be able to put you down with information on where jobs are. All right. And then participate in job fairs. Job fairs are always a great opportunity to network, and it's always a great opportunity to connect with multiple companies under one roof. Some additional tips include looking at online job boards, Monster.com, Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter.com. There are plenty of online job boards that you can check out that may offer employment opportunities that are right in line with what you're looking for. There are organizations in Philadelphia that help you with your job search efforts. Philadelphia OIC, the Urban League of Philadelphia, One Day at a Time, 1199 training organization, CareerLink. That's a wonderful organization that has a database of hundreds of thousands of jobs statewide. JEVS, Jewish Education Vocational Services. JEVS is another organization in Philadelphia that provides assistance with job opportunities. Uplift Solutions. They work with individuals who just were released from prison, who are looking for work and training to get themselves settled back into the workforce. And then you have organizations like Congreso de Latinos Unidos. They work with primarily Latinos and Hispanics in the Philadelphians, and they have a litany, a whole host of services that they provide: educational services, social services, and job readiness services. And so those are some organizations to think about as you are pulling together your job search efforts. Also, tailor your resume to the job that you're applying to. Don't use one resume to send out to all of your organizations that you're trying to find employment with. Because by using a generic resume for all of the employment opportunities that you're applying to, that's a wrong approach. You want to tailor the resume to the job description that you're responding to. That's the best way to approach a job. Also, have a powerful elevator pitch ready for those would-be employers that may be interested in talking to you. You may be at a dinner party. You may be at a relative's house for an event over the holidays. You may be at church or a house of faith, and maybe there's a member of your mosque, your church, your temple who may be talking to you, and all of a sudden you realize, hey, this person may know of some opportunities that are right in line with my career interests. An elevator pitch or an elevator speech is a 30-second to 1 minute speech about your background, your work experience, your education, and what types of accomplishments you've achieved over your career. So you want to be able to articulate that kind of information in 30 seconds to 1 minute. And the reason why people call that an elevator pitch or an elevator speech is because typically going from one floor to the next usually takes about 30 seconds to a minute. And so by you having a prepared, ready-made elevator pitch to share with a potential employer or to share with an influencer who might be able to connect you with an employer, that's so important. And remember, you want to talk about three major things with your elevator pitch. You want to talk about your experience that's relevant to the job that employer may have. You want to talk about your education and training. And then you, most importantly, want to mention what career accomplishments or professional accomplishments you've made. And so those are the three major pillars you want to discuss in your elevator pitch, right? And then you want to follow up with everyone you connect with. So if you connect with people at Better Tomorrows, if you connect with people at Jackie's Gardens, if you connect with people at different organizations that may be able to assist you with your job search efforts, you want to follow up, especially if they give you directions. If you meet with someone and they say, call me a week from today, don't call them 2 days later. Don't call them 3 days later. Call them a week later from that day, because people want to know that you can follow instructions, right? And don't be a pest with the people that you're connected with that are willing to help you. Don't constantly hound them and constantly, plague them with a million calls a day. That can become annoying and people can blacklist you and cross you off. So you don't want to annoy people. You want to make sure you're following instructions that they may give you. And then go on LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, LinkedIn is like Facebook, but for professional purposes only. People aren't posting pictures of their dinner. People aren't posting pictures of their kids. People aren't posting information like that. LinkedIn is exclusively for professional information only. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, set one up. It allows you a free access to a global website where 70% of recruiters hang out. 70% of America's recruiters are on LinkedIn. So you want to be where they are, right? You want to be where the recruiters are. And so LinkedIn allows you to set up a website, basically a profile of who you are professionally. And it's a great opportunity to create networks, all right? And if you do set up a LinkedIn account, make sure you connect with your boy, all right? All right. Now, in terms of some other tips, try to do some informational interviews. Informational interviews are where you connect with an employer and you discuss what career opportunities they may have available. You may inquire about, the company culture. You may inquire about what the application process is like. You're asking those kinds of questions, and so that you could get a feel for what that company culture is like. And then if they have positions that are open that are related to what you're interested in, ask them about the day in the life of that kind of professional so you can get an idea of how that kind of professional, the position that you're vying for, how that professional duties and tasks are envisioned at that company. And then do some cold calling. Cold calling is where you reach out to an employer that you may have on your list that you're interested in, where you just introduce yourself and you make a connection. Maybe it's with the office manager you're connecting with. Maybe it's with the secretary. Maybe it's with the hiring manager. But reach out to an employer that you're interested in working for and just say, hey, look, my name is John Doe. I'm interested in this kind of a work experience, and do your elevator pitch, right? And then find out if there's some, applicable opportunities. It's ideal that you do your homework in advance to see if there's some job opportunities in line with what you're interested in. And if so, make that cold call to the company and introduce yourself. And remember, have a great elevator pitch ready to share. 30 seconds to 1 minute tops, right? And then network. Always try to connect with people and influencers that can help you. All right. Now, Glassdoor.com is a great website for employment resource information and jobs. And they offer some tips. They say supplement your online application with offline efforts. So as you're applying online to different jobs, maybe you're going to the company to actually introduce yourself to people. Maybe you're going to events that the company may sponsor that you read about in the local newspaper to network with people at that company. And then brand yourself. And what that means is sell yourself to the general employer community. How do you do that? Again, going back to the suggestion of LinkedIn, create a LinkedIn profile and post on LinkedIn. It allows you to post your resume, post on LinkedIn events and activities that maybe you're organizing in the community that might be professionally related, or community activities that benefit the community in some capacity, because it shows an employer that you're industrious, creative, you're good at organizing events, and especially if the event is well attended and has media coverage, you want to put that on your LinkedIn page because it shows, here it is, that you can organize major events, that you're a major player in terms of setting up major events, and it really shows that you have some various leadership attributes. And so that's good. And then if you have other social media content pages like Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, post your professional stuff on those social media accounts as well, so that the general public can see your professionalism and your ability to do some things that are worthwhile and benefit to the community, right? Monster.com has a few suggestions. They tell you, when it comes to your job search, don't expect immediate microwave results. Many of us live in this microwave society where we want everything now. It's got to happen for me right now. But sometimes when it comes to an effective job search, it may take time. And I know some of us may be very desperate and may be very enthusiastic, and we may be anxious about finding employment right now. But sometimes certain positions, because of the employment and recruiting process, it may take longer than usual, than what you're, than what you're patient and willing to settle for it in terms of waiting it out. Because some recruiting processes and some employment processes and procedures take a little time. When I got this job at Temple University, it took me about, I'd say about a good month to finally, from the time I got interviewed to the time I actually got a job offer and started my first day of work, it took about a month. And so in some cases, the average job search in America takes the average person about 6 months, 6 months to a year. That's the average time it takes a person to find work, 6 months to a year. So in some cases, it may be less than that, significantly less than that. But on average, the experts have broken it down where about 6 months to a year is the average time it takes for a job search. Monster.com also says, don't harass the people that could be in position to help you. Don't nag them with constant calls. You don't want to be a pest because people can blacklist you for that. Don't spend all your money. When you're unemployed looking for work, it's a job, right? It's a job looking for a job. So you need to make sure that you're spending your money wisely on transportation for interviews and making sure you have a proper interview outfit. Because if you get called for an interview, you want to look professional. So you want to make sure that you're spending your money wisely, right? The best time to look for work is right now because companies are paying higher salaries and they're having trouble finding employees. A lot of companies are offering signing bonuses. This is the best time to look for work because companies are paying more money, most of them, and many companies are paying signing bonuses where you can get a bonus on top of your check, on top of your normal salary, just because you're one of those workers they've recruited, who they had a difficult time finding. So those are some things that Monster.com recommends and suggests. All right. Now, when it comes to Forbes magazine, one of the top business magazines in the country, they give advice on an effective job search. They say create a target list of companies, maybe your top 5 choices of companies that you're most interested in working for, right? Network with as many people as you can at that company, secretaries, office managers, hiring managers, whoever you could get, a connection with to talk to you about what that company culture is like and what possible employment opportunities they have to offer, right? And then some other tips: never stop learning. Right now, while you're unemployed, you should be doing 2 things. If you need, number 1, to ramp up your education and training, this is the time to do it. Take advantage of some free training and free education opportunities that exist out there. At Temple University, we have career readiness and job readiness and workforce readiness training that's offered for free. That's offered for free. CareerLink offers training. There are multiple organizations in this city that offer free training. This is the time to do that while you have the downtime. Stay on top of reading materials that are related to your profession so you can stay on top of the trends that are occurring in your profession, right? And if some of you need to go back to school to get that high school GED because you didn't finish high school, or to complete the degree for whatever reason you had to drop out of college, and maybe this is the time that you might want to go back to school to complete the degree. While you have this downtime, try to do that. That's number 1. Number 2, while you're unemployed, volunteer somewhere each week. And the reason why you want to volunteer, you don't have to volunteer for 40 hours a week, but volunteer a couple of hours somewhere at a nonprofit agency, at your local state representative's office. Volunteer somewhere where you can roll up your sleeve, do some work, because unemployment gaps that appear on your resume work against you. So while you're unemployed, by you volunteering, it fills in those unemployment gaps. Because as an employer, I don't need to know whether this job was paid or not. I just want to know, do you have the experience I'm looking for? And if through volunteering, you were able to acquire some of the marketable experience that employers are looking for, that benefits you. Plus, by volunteering, it puts you in a position where you might be able to connect with folks who may be able to, down the road, to have a budget to hire you. Or because they're observing your professionalism and your productivity, they may say, here's an organization I want to refer you to that is doing hiring for positions that you're volunteering in right now. So a great place and opportunity to network and build on your skills. And by volunteering, in some cases, you can learn a new skill. Maybe you volunteer. Let's use Jackie's Garden as an example. Maybe by you volunteering here at the Better Tomorrow Center that they have here at Jackie's Garden, you're able to work and volunteer in the computer lab here. And while you're volunteering as a monitor at the computer lab, you're learning on their computers how to do certain software, whether it's learning Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and those kinds of things. And while you're volunteering, you're gaining that free training in the meantime. That makes you more marketable in the workforce, right? So think about that. Never stop learning. And then another thing, you may have applied for a job in the past. Maybe last year you applied for a job and they said no. But since then, you've gained greater knowledge in terms of the profession you're in. You've gained greater experience through the volunteer efforts that you've done. And so now you're more marketable. Go back to those old employers that told you no in the past to see if there are opportunities available. Because maybe now, since then, you're more marketable, you have different experiences under your belt now, and you might be more competitive for employment opportunities. So those companies that may have told you no in the past, revisit some of those companies. The worst they could say is what? No, right? And join professional associations if you're not already a member. By being a part of professional groups, especially groups that are in line with your professional position. If I'm an accountant and I'm unemployed, maybe I might want to join the National Association of Black Accountants. All right. If I'm a human resource professional and I'm unemployed, maybe I might want to join the Society of Human Resource Management. By joining those professional associations, it puts you in the mix with other professionals who are currently working at companies that may have opportunities in line with what you're looking for. All right. And then, check out some of the social media sites like Facebook that has a job component where they list jobs. Go to LinkedIn, great a source of job opportunities, as well as allowing you free opportunity to post a website about yourself. Now, I'm going to give you just a few online job boards that are very popular that list many job opportunities. Number one, www.phila.gov, G-O-V. That website, which is for the city of Philadelphia, allows you to take a look at jobs that the city of Philadelphia offers. There are plenty of jobs on that website right now that pay extremely well. Some of them, even pay six figures. So check out what job opportunities the city of Philadelphia has. Another job board that might be of interest to you for those that might want to work in a religious environment. There's a website, www.churchstaffing.com. If you type in the city and the state that you live in, it'll show you job opportunities in the faith-based community that are closest to you. Another job board, in case you're looking at federal jobs and you're interested in working for the federal government, go to www.usajobs.gov. That's where a lot of the federal government job postings are listed. And www.indeed.com is the world's largest job board. They have hundreds of thousands of jobs that are posted nationwide on that job board. You type in the city and state that you're most interested in working, and it'll show you jobs in that particular community. So those are some resources that I hope are helpful to you. If you want to reach out to me for information about the job readiness programs that we provide at Temple University, give me a call, 215-204-0677, 215-204-0677. And if you are a part of Jackie's Garden and the Better Tomorrows Community Center, and maybe you would like to come out to a live event, talk to the management here and talk to Sister Kiki, and maybe we can set up an opportunity where you can come in, facilitate a workshop for you in person. I want to thank you for your time, and I hope this information was helpful. Take care.